We're live. Hey, folks.
Hey.
I'm Patrick.
I'm Megan.
We're the Breakaway Homesteaders, and we are glad you're here with us tonight.
Hello.
Happy Tuesday.
Yay.
Second Monday of the week.
Yep.
Got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of things going on, actually. So far this week has been
This weekend was very productive, though.
very productive. I don't think I've done so much physical labor in years.
Probably not.
Thanks. Confidence. So let's see who's in the show tonight. We got Instant Shop. We got Deborah E. Michael Nason. Hello. Welcome to the show. You actually got it.
Oh.
There you go. Type in there. So we'll get the show started here in a minute. We actually started on time tonight, a little bit early. I'm surprised. We got 9 people in there. That's the most we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
We got 9 people that care. We care about you too. We hope you guys enjoy these live streams because we like to provide them.
Yeah.
I just think it's fun to get out there and network a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk to folks. And if you guys ever want to email us or mail us anything, our email is breakawayhomesteader@gmail.com. Our P.O. Box is P.O. Box
36.
736. VASS, V-A-S-S, North Carolina 28394.
Yep.
And so if you want to send us anything, feel free.
We like letters.
We'll reply back.
I like
whether
letters.
it's email or snail mail. We're here to help you guys out. If you ever have any questions about anything, if we don't know the answer, we'll get you somebody who does have the answer. And we're pretty well connected in the community of homesteading and survivalism. So feel free anytime. Big Bear Homestead's in the house. Hey, Jason. Hey, Robin. Hope you're doing well.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Jason from the Big Bear Homestead. It's time to take a break.
We love you.
We will. I gotta go get my hat and put it on. No.
Yeah, Pat, we're not serving snacks. Pat's just going to eat all the snacks.
Why?
I look over, and he has a stack of peanut butter cookies.
Hey, don't touch my
Next
cookies.
to the
Those are my
computer.
cookies.
So we have snacks.
Oh yeah, I got snacks. So let's pull up some pictures here real quick. We're going to talk about what's going on here on the homestead in the past week since the last time we spoke last Tuesday. If you weren't here for last Tuesay's show, we talked about
Our chickens. Oh, I don't know, but we did talk about our chickens.
It was your show.
Oh, we talked about cucumbers. I thought
Pickles.
you meant our recap of everything.
No, we did talk.
No,
about
we
chickens.
did pickles.
We talked about we made refrigerator pickles on the live show.
It was
And,
fun.
It was fun.
It was an easy show, no lie. But Tuesday had been a rough day.
It had been a rough day, and so you came up with this subject yesterday. So we had a little more.
No, I came with this
over
on
the weekend.
Friday. Y'all, I was
So
on point.
We had a little bit more time to dedicate to make this a more serious show.
Not so much serious as thought provoking. That is. So
We're not making pickles tonight.
We're not making pickles tonight.
We're talking about stuff that's important.
And I came up with it. So if it sucks, it's Pat's fault.
There you go.
And I felt like we hadn't done like a somewhat serious show
in a
little while.
So let's talk about what happened on the homestead first. Our chicks, our Ayamsamanis, our eggs, we took them out of the egg rotator today.
So they're just laying on the mat in the incubator. So hopefully Thursday.
Yeah, we slightly decreased the temperature. So Thursday is day 21 and hatch day for those eggs. And if you catch up to the last show, all 13 of them, but one were
so not
viable.
all 13 of them. 12 out of the 13. So we got a baker's dozen. You said all but one.
All but one.
It's just the way you said it was awkward.
Sorry, English.
So yeah, we got a baker's dozen of the Ayamsamanis, and 12 of the 13 were a growing. So fingers crossed on that.
Fingers crossed.
And then we got 2 silkies that were extras that she just chucked in for us, and those were both a growing.
So if they do start hatching during a decent time, maybe we'll just do a little live stream of them coming out of their shell.
It's kind of like, yeah, I mean, we can. But it's a very long, boring
Very
process.
long, boring process.
We might be like, yay, we're having babies. And then afterwards, we'd be like, here are our babies.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Let me pull up an image slideshow here. Slideshow. So, our turkeys, God, it took 2 months.
About that.
2 months old.
Jason,
now.
how old are the turkeys?
We got turkeys. Well, it was set in time.
We went to
April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So, May, the 1st of May.
Okay.
We got our turkeys the 1st of May. So
we ordered
almost,
them. They were
almost
they were not 4 weeks when we went down to Big Bear. We went Memorial Day, which is the end of May.
Okay.
It's probably like middle of May is when we got them.
Okay. So they're about 2 months old. We did buy turkeys this year. First time we've ever done turkeys. So we can have turkeys for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So what's going on? You need to say what's going on.
Oh, I'm just talking trash to Big Bear.
Okay. She's talking trash. And so, what'd you do? What did you do?
Nothing. Oh, I took your thing away. All I did was click down here so I could type.
Uh-huh. And so, we had them in our storage shed, which is a converted, it's more like a little baby barn. It's a cheap barn. And they were brooded, and then they were raised in the baby barn until they can reach a mature size to be put in a pen.
Yeah, and they're now bigger than our chickens, which are big girls.
Yeah, we're feeding our turkeys 24% protein, which is pretty high.
We do it simply because it's easier for us. Our quail are on the higher protein feed,
It's a spectrum feed. So our chickens, our quail,
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it's easier for us to all buy. Like, we buy the. Everything. I'm sorry, we buy the same feed for everybody, and our quail need the higher protein. So that means our chickens, our turkeys, everybody.
Higher protein. That means our chicken eggs are higher in protein than normal store eggs, and so on and so forth.
And I think they're healthier for it.
They are. They are. So Megan brought home dogs. Megan brought home all these pallets, and we built a enclosure for them. And so if it's faux free, it's faux me.
Yup.
And so that cost us maybe 30 screws. Maybe that.
Yeah.
So you can see them here, all happy and go lucky, and they are the cutest damn things.
They're so special.
Funny. They are very funny. We bought 10 because that was a minimum, and all of them survived. 3 of them went to Big Bear Homestead. And here's another view of them. We have 2 whites and 5 bronze. And that's a waterer I made right there for them. And that is a hanging maggot trap for more protein for them. I made that over the weekend as well. So we had some leftovers meats that we wanted to reuse instead of just throwing away. We made a maggot trap. So, and then Megan and I, we made this toolbox. Is it a toolbox?
It looks like a damn toolbox.
A feed bin for them. So we can lower it and raise it. You can see the water behind it, lower it, raise it. But to keep that going. We also started finishing up our project.
Our rabbit hutch, yeah.
Was a rabbit hutch we've been putting together. And so the last batch of rabbits we made a profit off of them. 24 rabbits, so we got $150 off them. And so that went straight to this new project, which was a new hutch, to make sure all of our males and our 3rd female has plenty of space. And so that's Loki. That's one of our male rabbits.
Michael asked a question. I'm assuming about the turkeys. Honestly, nothing. They have been surprisingly easy.
These ones have been surprisingly easy, but there was a whole bunch of research done on them before we follow through on. The biggest thing is getting them to eat and getting them to drink as soon as
you get them in the mail.
As soon as you get them from the mail.
Yeah, I had to go pick them up. Yeah, and that was something I didn't know.
The quick and easiest way to get them to drink and eat. So
marbles.
Yeah.
You just get, like a bag for $1 at the store. Marbles, like glass marbles with the little swirls in them. You put them in their food, put them in their water, like where that water actually like comes out, not in the water, in like the container part. And they are like, "What the hell is that?" And they go and peck at them, and then they're like, "Oh, this is food. Oh, this is water." So like, I would say within an hour of having them in the brooder, all 10 of them at that point were already eating and drinking.
Yeah.
And
you leave that in there for a week, and they'll know where their water is, and then you can take the marbles out. You have to take the marbles out because all turkeys want to do is kill themselves. If it's too hot, if it's too cold, they'll just turn over and die because and if it's funny when they sleep because they look like they're dead.
I thought a couple of them were dead because they're just like on the ground. But no, like I was prepared because everybody made comments like, "Oh, you're gonna have them die. It's so hard. It's gonna suck." I don't know if we just got lucky with the ones that we got. I don't know. Or like Pat doing the extra research and making sure like we did take the time and make sure we were ready before we did it.
Yes.
So I don't know if that played into it or just a combination of everything, but so far so good. And it's just been like raising chickens or quail. Like it's just been easy. Just make sure they have food and water, let them do their thing. Like I don't.
And the biggest thing about the marbles is take them out after a week.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they get big enough to eat those, they will. And they'll die. So, good question. Thank you for asking. If you have any more questions or want to know anything about our turkeys, feel free to email us.
Jason says, and keeping them dry.
Keeping them dry is important as well.
Yeah, we kept them inside for they just went out on Sunday, and we haven't had any rain yet, so it's good. And part of the enclosure, can't really see it, but one of the corners we do have a pallet across, and I'm gonna I have it all cut. I'm using feed bags, kind of up.
Which came off. That's why I put the board back on.
Yeah, I'm gonna put feed bags up there, kind of recycle and reuse to give them kind of a waterproof. Kind of wind shaded area to escape into should they need it. So
a couple things to point out about that. They're in a shaded area. You can see we actually built this around 3 trees. There's a small holly tree there that everything's hanging from. You can see that there, and there's 2 pine trees behind it. Well, at least one's a pine, the other one looks like a hardwood tree. And this is going to keep them in plenty of shade. It's also going to keep predators out of the way, such as hawks. We do have a lot of hawks out here.
Yeah.
But this will give them that extra protection from getting taken up.
Getting started on homesteading. I lost my marbles. Now I know where they're at.
Hey, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to email me, breakawaymehomesteader@gmail.com, and then go on to Big Bear Homestead site. Look at his stuff. Look at my stuff. And between the two of us, we can hook you up with whatever info you might need.
And full spectrums in the house.
Hey, Brad. Hope you're doing well. Brad, Kelly, and the kids. Hope you're doing great. And so over the weekend, I did a quick live stream. I said Tim Allen would be proud. This is a 1,250-gallon pool that Megan brought home without telling me.
Surprise!
And it had this little rinky-dink little pump.
Yeah.
That did not move anything. So quickly the pool got dirty. Quickly the pool got and everything like that. So one of our our friends, one of your coworkers, one of your good friends, their pool busted.
And they decided they're done. Their kids are older. They don't want to put the money into replacing it. They're looking at retiring.
So they kept their pump. They kept their filter, and we took that from them. They offered it up, so we took it. And now we have a pump and filter meant for a 14,000-gallon pool for our little 1,250-gallon pool. And it's not even 1,250. I'd say
we don't even have it filled up all the way because that way it's better for Huxley.
And you can see here the power of the pump. It's just water going across. And this thing was hooked up to it for about 5 minutes, and it cleared everything up. All the dirt came out of the pool.
Yeah.
It cycled the water within 5 minutes. If to clear everything out. And it's fun because now there's like a waterfall slash hose thing that busts out.
Yeah.
And we keep the water level low so our son Huxley, who's 4, won't have any issues and won't drown himself.
Yeah.
If we're not looking by chance.
He loves it.
He loves the pool. He's in the pool every day. It's hot. It's summertime.
Yeah.
So that's what's happened over the past week. This week we're going to do some other stuff. We'll talk about it later. You can show it. I'll take this off.
Well, you're in your underwear here.
That's fine. Well, go ahead.
Oh, let it focus. It's not focusing. There. Well, not suitable for work. And Pat in his underwear. But yeah, he loves it. It makes him so happy. It helps him sleep better. It's fantastic. I love it. So, it's a good impulse buy.
Full
Good
spectrum
gift.
said insert 1990s appropriate male grunting.
Yeah.
People did not get that. They're like, who is that?
I didn't
I'm like,
get
it's
it.
Tim Allen. Who's Tim Allen?
I was like, why is he
I don't
barking at me?
It's like, Tyler! But our subject tonight, folks,
is luxuries. So here, like, the point of this show is to kind of start a conversation. Sorry,
It's all right. We just want to be in the
leaning
frame.
over. My
Not
posture
down
is
here.
horrible.
So the point of the show.
The point of tonight's show is to kind of talk about things like luxury things. And, you know, we homestead here, but we also get into the survival aspect. Notice he didn't bring me any cookies.
Those are my cookies.
I know. We also do, you know, get into survival stuff, and it's definitely more Pat's wheelhouse than mine, I will fully and gladly admit. But it's just, it gets me thinking, you know, about stuff that we do now, that we take for granted now, that are actually truly luxuries
It's
in
overwhelming.
our lifestyle. And, you know, and not just us, but everybody. There's always things that you feel like you can't live without, like, oh my God, I can't live without my phone or my internet or my coffee in the morning or this. But, you know, there may come a time when you have to. And what is actually luxuries versus necessities is very, I feel, warped in today's society. Well, I have to have a phone or I have to have a car.
We're all plugged
No, those are luxuries regardless. Like, those are luxuries. They are not necessities. They are not food, water, or shelter. That's it, you know, and it's kind of eye-opening. What?
No, I just keep thinking no more George Foreman grilled.
No more quesadilla maker.
No more George Foreman grilled cheeseburgers. The
Bacon
bacon
cheeseburgers.
cheeseburgers. Ah,
So anyway, so to like these are just examples that kind of mean something in our lives, or
Yeah.
that kind of.
these are what I mean. This is what we first came up with that decided would impact us the most.
And it's a very minimal list. Like, feel free to
Expand
yeah, think about it in your own situation.
and chat that up.
One of the biggest things is, or like the big thing we came up with was a camera.
Yes.
You know, in the future, you know, if something were to happen, you're without power for an extended amount of time, so you can't recharge things, or, you know, it gets to the point where you've been without power for a while, like there's no computers to look at stuff, you know.
No way to print them,
like
no place to go to print them.
so many places, you know, a lot of people these days, it's digital cameras. They don't use film anymore, in any sense of film, and you know, you lose that ability to capture those special moments. And that is one thing, like, especially with us having a child, having the homestead, when something exciting happens, like, we take pictures of it, we take videos of it, because you not even to post on Facebook or to share with you guys or to do anything like that, but just to have those moments for us. Like,
Right.
This is our life. We did something we're proud of, or Huxley did something that we want to commemorate. A first day of school, him being a happy little pirate for Halloween.
Or
You know,
just
they're
turning 1 or 2 or 3 or
yeah,
4.
you know, there are certain things that we want to be able to commemorate that if something were to happen, we would lose that ability.
Wouldn't
And
be
then
available.
on that, you know, you also look at passing it down to future generations. You know, what did great grandma look like? Or, this is how we celebrated back in the day. Things that I enjoy from my grandparents and my great parents and my great great grandparents are those photos, are those little snapshots, if you will, pun, into what life used to be like. And you're always going to have that cycle with the future generations. But what do you do if we lose the ability to use what we have on hand now? And one of the things, anything that I need to.
No, keep going.
So one of the things Pat got me for my birthday, I have wanted for years, was an instant camera, and it's got me thinking about it.
Your birthday.
Yeah, it was my birthday. That's what I said.
Yeah. Sorry.
Words out. I know.
Yeah.
So he got me one of these. It's a Fuji. Is it Fujifilm? Yeah, Fujifilm Instamax camera. So it's like an updated Polaroid
camera
situation. You can take pictures. There's different lenses you can put on it for, macro settings and stuff like that.
What did you say? We take a selfie?
I was going to take a picture of like
the
setup.
Okay.
So it's pretty simple. It runs off batteries. So in something like you get rechargeable batteries with a solar charger. The film and everything. You can get little photo albums for them. This one is very obviously from China, but because it says pieces of moment. These are my pieces of moment. There's Pat standing in the kitchen. I've just been taking random ones like, Huxley and the cats and, things like that. And you can save them, and it's just something that you can treasure. And I like the way it takes photos. It has a very old school quality to it. I like film. I've taken photography classes. We used to have a darkroom set up in our apartment in Italy. We've processed our own film.
Yeah.
We like that. I like the way that film, it's hard to get it printed, and if you don't, we had the processing capabilities, not the printing capabilities so much. We did a little. We tried.
We had a projector.
Yeah, we had the stuff, but it was difficult.
To do everything together at one time, it's an arduous process.
Yeah, but we like film. We like the way the pictures look. There's just something about film that is amazing. And so this was something that it's small, it's compact, with rechargeable batteries, like solar charger for it. It's something that
if you have enough light, you won't even need batteries.
Yeah.
If you're outside.
That's true. Yeah. And it's something that can fill that void. Like, if the digital camera issue is gone, you can't use it. The computers aren't there or whatever. You still have a way to very simply take those photos, capture those moments, and then be able to treasure them and pass them on. Film is not that expensive. I don't, for what it is, I don't think so.
It's 10 per box.
And it's about $7.
No, it's 10 per box. If you buy them individually at Walmart, they're $7.
But
if you go online at Amazon, you can get 10 packs for $26.
Yeah, so they just come in little things. It's all self-contained, so you don't have to worry about exposure to light before the film gets into the camera, like the old school days where you had to.
It's technically expensive, but you got to think, if there's nothing available, you're going to have 10 photographs, 10 opportunities to take a photograph when nobody else can take a photograph.
Yeah, and that is something that, to me, it's worth. We have an extra $10 here, an extra $10 to get a little pack of film. They don't take up much space. May do not eat the tape.
It's
something.
Worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, it's worth it to us and to me, especially with having Huxley and being able to show him how he grew up or what we did before he can remember, or it's so. But yeah, so it's pretty simple. It's just a point and shoot. Not a whole lot of bells and whistles, but smile, everybody.
Smile, YouTube.
And that's it. And I will show you. It comes out the top.
Just like a Polaroid.
And that'll be your picture. So that's one thing that I came up with. One of the other things we're talking about. We both are caffeine addicts.
Yes. If we did not have any caffeine, it'd be a pretty hard-pressed week to get over that.
It'd be a hard-pressed marriage to get through.
True.
In the beginning. So that was one of the things that we've talked about, how to
let's see how it came about. This is how it came about. I drink coffee. Megan does not drink coffee.
Nope.
She drinks tea, and she drinks V8 energy, which comes from green tea. It's caffeine.
It's caffeine in it.
From green tea. And then lately she got on this kick about drinking caffeinated water.
Yep.
Ooh. I'm like, all right, how much are you spending on caffeinated water?
$1.25 a bottle.
A bottle of water is $1.25 with caffeine in it. So all right, clickety clack clack clack. Liquid caffeine. All right, that's cheaper. Clickety clack clack clack. Pills. Caffeine pills. Holy cow. Stop trying to eat my cookie. So
caffeine pills, simple.
This one little bottle has 90 caplets in it. That's 20,000 milligrams of caffeine. Each pill, something like that. Don't calculate me. Don't calculate.
You'll be wrong.
I'll be wrong. Each pill has a 200 on it, and that's 200 milligrams of caffeine. I have maybe 2 cups of coffee a day. So I'll eat half of that when I normally drink coffee, and then the other half when I have my other cup of coffee. And instead of drinking coffee, I drink water, take half a pill. I won't have headaches.
Yeah. So our idea with this was, there's different ways to use it. In like a survival situation or something, there are times where you're going to need to be more alert. You're not going to have access to the things that would normally make you more alert. Something like that. It's cheap. They're fairly cheap. It's small.
It was $3 for that bottle.
Yeah, of 90 pills, or capsules or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can use it in ways to reduce your caffeine, like over time. Say something.
Cut yourself down.
It hits the fan, and I know if I don't have caffeine every day, I get splitting migraines. Pat's the same way. We turn into complete asshats.
Oh, I got a fucking kick on me.
You dropped an F-bomb.
I did.
You
got me!
You
got me! Ah, it's crawler!
Me. No, kill it!
I'm trying! That's going on the computer!
Kill it, Patrick!
Alright, you're gonna die.
How do you get ticks on you?
I don't know.
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife freaking out.
I hate ticks. I hate them.
I was like, something's crawling on my leg. Probably got it from May.
No.
Well, she put on my...
It's probably when you're taking care of the animals, honey. She's got flea and tick stuff on her. They die if they get on
big
her.
one, too.
Anyway.
Welcome back to the show, Megan.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. So anyway, you can use it to stay alert. You can use it just every day. Like
Laugh out loud. F-bomb. Take a picture. That is officially my first real F-bomb.
Like ever.
Yeah,
I
don't drop F-bombs very often on
here.
Public.
On public.
And
I will have to say I will give you this one. That was a well-deserved and very well-placed F-bomb.
yes, it was.
And anyway, so you can use it to like stay alert. Whatever. Now I'm itchy and I'm like freaked out that
Stop looking at your boobs
I'm
on
sorry.
live feed.
At least I didn't whip it out. No, you got me nervous. Stop moving.
It makes me want to look at my legs.
Or you can use it to step yourself off of caffeine. Over time, you're taking a pill a day, and then maybe just half a pill a day, and then maybe quartering it to get to the point where you can go without it, and to kind of help, like, for any lack of a better word, the withdrawals of it, because they can be kind of serious. And so there's different ways to kind of utilize that, but it's still like it's taking that luxury item, the caffeine, however you introduce it to your system, and finding an alternative for it in the capsules. Another one kind of along the same line.
Hey, Lonely Prepper.
Nicotine. Pat is no longer... I'm so itchy now. I hate you. Pat's no longer a smoker. I still am.
I quit in October last year.
Yeah, and is still doing good. I've not quit yet, but we're getting there. And so things for that. Oh God, it was a fly, but it freaked me out. I swear to God, if there's a flying tick, I'm burning our house down.
Oh, thank God.
And so nicotine, something else to think of is definitely a luxury. I totally understand that. But there, how to, like you have your patches. Beep.
These are things you can collect and take. These are over the counter.
Well, mine are not, but
no, you can still get them.
You can get them over the counter. These were from a prescription, but so I could get them cheaper.
Right,
but
exactly.
You can
get them over the counter. You can prepare before that event happens.
Nicotine gum, you can find that at a gas station.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Or if you decide that you don't want to give it up, or you want to be able to have that tobacco, that smoking process
Learn how
as a
to
treat.
Propagate tobacco. It's completely legal to grow tobacco in the United States.
So
completely legal.
Grow your own.
It's illegal to sell it. Disclaimer. Just because you grow tobacco doesn't mean you can sell tobacco.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why the ATF was made, so they could tax alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. So do not, you didn't get it from us. We did not say sell tobacco. But learn how to propagate tobacco.
Yeah. They still grow it a lot in our area.
Right here locally.
And, so we know that it grows here. So that's something that, we also other uses of the tobacco plant, if you will, but it would be something that'd be good to grow. And learning how to dry it properly, stuff like that. If that's the avenue you want to take, go out and learn. But you're still taking that luxury item that is not a necessity for life.
It's a profitable avenue.
And then profitable, but not selling it.
Well, after an SHTF situation, I think we're pretty much safe.
I think the ATF is going to bust us.
I don't think so. Because back in the day, in the colonial days, everybody grew tobacco because it was profitable.
Yeah.
So
just something, keep in mind. And those are just some of the basic ones, I guess you could say, that we came up with that is more than just cell phone or vehicle and stuff. Then we have another category, I guess you could say, of they are luxuries, but they're things that you don't necessarily consider luxuries.
Right.
Pat brought up a good one that completely blew my mind because it's not something that even registered on my realm of things, which was indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
Technically it's not a necessity. It is a luxury that takes my poo into a hole in the backyard.
Tampons.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That's a luxury.
Yeah.
If tampons were a necessity, not a luxury, the government would charge tax on tampons.
Not necessarily. They tax food.
If it's a nutritional supplement food, like carrots or fresh food, that is not taxed.
Well, they tax the crap out of them. But yeah, stuff like indoor plumbing, toilets, toilet paper, things like that. Condoms for those of you that can still make babies.
A lot of babies being born.
Things like that. That's a good one too. They are very much luxury items. So I would almost put condoms in the necessity column, but whatever. To each their own. But
you told me the necessity was food, water, shelter.
Yeah, necessity: food, water, shelter. Those are the things that you need to live.
Condoms are not a necessity.
They're not, especially for us. High five.
High five.
Bam.
No more kids.
Hashtag. So hashtag no more kids. But indoor plumbing. So think of, do you want a composting toilet?
Michael Nason wants to know if that's a tick on your shoulder.
It is not. No, he didn't. I can read his comments. It just says, is that a tick?
You're welcome. I just suffered for you.
We're here to please at Breakaway Homestead.
Yes.
But indoor plumbing. What do you do when that's, breaks or so? Ours is probably not going to break.
So,
but then you have the water aspect.
We have a septic system, so we're pretty much safe. It goes into our backyard, composts into the ground, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
We can continue using our plumbing as long as we can fill it with water and flush. One day it will back up. One day it will be full, and we won't be able to use it again. However, people on public water systems, stuff like that, their stuff is going to back up and come out because everybody's going to use it, and there's not going to be any place for it to go. So they'll be going outside.
Yeah. And that's something
They'll be nasty. They won't be able to take showers, which is a luxury.
Yeah.
Hot water.
To me, hot water, like water to live, drinking water, a clean drinking water source, that is a necessity. You have to have that to live. Hot water, as much as I might say it is a necessity in my life, it is not. It is a luxury.
But if you plan for it, it's as simple as a bucket that's been painted black, put it out in the middle of the sun, and in an hour you'll have hot water.
Hot water. That was in one of the Facebook groups I'm in. There's somebody that took an old water heater and took the stuff out of the bottom, filled it with water, put it on the fire.
Megan
still had
was
the plumbing.
6 months pregnant.
About 6 months
She
pregnant.
was 6 months pregnant with our son, Hux.
Yeah.
And the water heater went out.
Oh, it died. It died a fantastic death.
And boy, let me tell you, it was an old water heater. You're trying to find that photo.
I do. I am.
And we went, I want to say 8 days without hot water.
It's longer than that, honey.
We had to order one freight. Okay, so this is Paul. This is Paul Patrick. Paul Megan. Megan wasn't working. I was working. I was
too working. I was working at the shelter.
You're right. You were, but income wasn't that great.
It was part time, but I was working.
And so we didn't have the capital just to buy a hot water heater. We
Like to go to the store and just buy
ended up
one.
using credit from I think PayPal.
It was a PayPal purchase.
To
Yeah.
buy a hot water heater. I can't remember what site we ordered it on.
I don't even know.
But it was still working today.
Yeah.
But we went 8 days without hot water.
Being
And
pregnant.
what did we do?
We boiled water on the stove, carried it to the bathroom, and then used like a little pitcher, and that's what we did.
And we found that we actually enjoyed.
Yeah, we
doing
enjoyed
that.
it
It boiled the water, which took all the chlorine out of the water.
because we were
so
on
it made the
city water at that
softer,
point, and it was
Yeah.
real bad.
and it was actually really nice. So you had decent water, and then when you were done, you take what was left, maybe a whole gallon, and pour that over your head, and you get it all at one time. You're like, yes!
It was nice.
It was nice. See? But hot water is a luxury. Hey, let's just right now. Power's out. There we go. What do we got right here? Refrigerator, luxury.
Yep.
Microwave.
Our microwave's like half dead, so it's only half a luxury right now. It
Stove.
works, but it doesn't turn anymore.
Stove.
I don't know. Yeah.
Behind me. You got the dishwasher. You got George Foreman. You got the quesadilla maker. You got the coffee maker. You got the lights.
Yeah.
Lights are a luxury.
God, I'm all itchy.
You'll take a shower after this, I'm sure. So, luxuries go very, very far.
Yeah, and it's stuff like I don't know, like there are certain things that I can look at and be like, yes, that is a luxury. And there's certain things that I'm like, you just expect it to be there that you don't think about what's going to happen when it's not.
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of, you have an old man eyebrow hair.
Well, stop looking at it.
I can't,
Keep
it's
talking.
waving at me.
Stop.
And how do you prepare for that now for when it's gone? Pat was talking earlier about it, cooking and food and having to go back to a kind of more, well, not primitive, but just, I was going to go
You got
with
a
old
hearth,
school.
you got a fireplace,
Yeah.
you got outdoor cooking over. All right, Kitty, you need to stop being cameraman and let us do our thing. So, sorry, I'm not talking about you, Kitty. I'm talking about the cat behind our camera.
Just chewing on the adjustment handle. But it's just the food. Well, it's just also like, it was one
Everything.
thing that we saw in Europe is like eating in season. If something is in season, that's all you're eating.
That's what you're eating.
Be-
You're eating
it's-
corn for a whole month.
Yeah. But when
Yeah.
it's out of season, you don't eat it anymore.
Right. You
That's
move on
it.
to the next thing, summer squash or
Yeah.
winter
And
squash or
people these days are so used to being able to go to the store and get whatever that is not like a thought process anymore.
Luxury.
And that is the luxury of it. Being able to go to the store and get strawberries in the middle of December because you want a damn strawberry.
luxury.
It's a luxury.
So let me go over some comments here. Suburban Hillbilly. When I worked at a restaurant, restaurants won't be around anymore. Luxury. We would go to the office and ask for aspirin. They gave us some stuff called Pain Aid. We just thought it was generic Tylenol. One day I read the label, caffeine pills.
Yeah.
Doc Ferris says, Breakaway, how's my cat?
He had to go to the vet to get blood work today, and then he hung out in the office, which is fantastic. He had French fries and just
Nasty stuff.
yeah,
like
just,
that. Yeah.
it's like you feeding him donuts. And he has been in his carrier since he got home, not because I'm keeping him in there, but because he's just comfortable and doesn't want to leave it.
And he goes on a knife on Friday.
Yeah, under the knife on Friday. I drop him off at 08:30,
Okay.
and I'll send you a text.
Lonely Prepper says, dang it, I'm late again. Tanya Turner, never too late, Lonely Prepper. Shame on Patrick, I would have said more F words, laugh out loud. Yes, you would. MBG says, do the caffeine pills work? So, I've been taking them for the past
I have not yet.
3 days. 2 days.
I got a text.
3.
Just took half a pill. It's been 2 days, yesterday and today.
3. All right, kitty.
Come here, Rookie.
Rookie.
Come here, Rookie.
Of course she's not going to listen to you.
Come here.
So, I took half a pill, and I texted Megan. I said, hey,
Seriously, get off the damn table.
this works. It works.
No, he goes, hey, I took half a pill. And about 15 minutes later, I get, zing, it works.
It works. It definitely works. And no headaches or anything like that. So yesterday and today I've been taking them just to say, hey, look, I've tried it. It's not just something we're talking about. We actually have the pills. We're trying it.
We've utilized it. We're doing it.
You
Oh, excuse me.
know. Sub says, we raised tobacco when I was a kid. Acres and acres of tobacco. Tanya Turner says, they used to raise it here too, but you just don't see it anymore. And it's funny here because this is North Carolina, nothing but tobacco fields.
Yeah.
Back in the day, nothing tobacco fields. We live we live southeast of Winston-Salem. That's where they make smokes.
Yeah.
That's where Marlboro comes from.
No.
Winston.
Marlboro is in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. And so here, it's funny because a lot of the tobacco growing has gone away, and there's forests and everything like that. And you'll be walking along one day and say, "This an old farmhouse?" No, it was tobacco drying house in the middle of the forest because the forest grew up around it. And just to think, you see row after row of house that used to be a drying house. That this was all fields.
Yeah.
It was all tobacco.
And they just don't use them anymore.
Nope. Doc Ferris says, at Suburban, I worked the tobacco fields in eastern North Carolina as a kid. Tanya Turner says she's going to beat you to death. Yes. Probably
One of these days.
To the moon, Alice. Suburban Hillbilly. Tanya, my job was to walk behind the setter and firm the soil around each plant. Tanya Turner says, Megan, you use a bucket. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, it was the potty.
Yeah,
but we're going to update our bucket, and we're going to put a pool noodle around the edge so it's nice and comfortable on the bum.
It'll be comfortable. Tiny Turn says, Lonely Purpose says, you haven't lived until you've taken a bath with a number 10 wash tub. That's the galvanized tub from back in the day that people used to wash their kids in.
Would that be like the
kind of like that, a little bit
tank
smaller,
we have now?
about half that size. Tiny Turner says, I've done that before. Lonely when I was a kid. Laugh out loud. Lonely Prepper Homestead Tanya. We've probably done it a lot. These youngsters haven't. Laugh out loud. Sub says, Doc, it's hard work. Suburban says, ours went to the auction barns. The tobacco companies bid for it.
That's cool. I don't know how that works these days.
And Doc Fair says, oh yeah, I love every minute of it. Now that I'm back on it, I look back on it. But yeah, folks, these are just luxuries that we take for granted every day. And stop.
I'm trying to find that picture. I'm listening.
I get it. I understand that.
I'm
We're trying to do a show here too.
I'm determined.
She's determined to find this picture from 4.5 years ago, almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, 5 years ago probably.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, it's just it got us thinking, and we've had different conversations about things like how
Medical facilities
yeah.
won't be available. You won't turn on anything actually.
Nay, when I get up in the morning, I turn on nothing because there's nothing working.
This thing's gone. It's out of the room. Sure, there'll be some supplemental supply power. That's only if you're prepared for it. You'll have some batteries, maybe some backup power to run something for a couple hours. But
Well, that's like like cell phones. It's like you won't be able to talk to people if you have
The
like a
cell phone
CB
towers-
radio or something. That won't work either.
CB radios won't work either unless you got power to
Well, I
them.
mean, if you have power.
Two-way radios, all that stuff, but it'll be very limited because very few people have those.
Yeah. But if you're one of the ones that does, you at least have communication with people outside of your area.
Yeah.
You know, it's a way to connect like we don't connect these
Right.
days. I guess.
But there's several things that can happen. But any of you guys come up with anything that's a luxury that we haven't thought of?
I mean, there's plenty out there. I mean,
That won't be
There's-
available.
yeah. I mean, these are just basic ones that are good for me, or like that mean something to me. You know, it's with Boog and everything. We are going to have to adapt with things that aren't
How about air
Our-
conditioning?
air conditioning. Yeah, we live in the South.
Oh Lord,
Not having
that's
that.
gonna be the worst.
Have to go to the good old days. Just sit on the porch with a mojito and a fan.
Hot today.
Hot
Hot today.
yes,
Yesterday. Hot today.
Hot
Gonna
tomorrow.
be hot tomorrow.
So stuff like that's the one I didn't even think of. We're gonna like
Family
trek to Maine or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
We'll just move to
There you
Canada.
go. Become
But you know, stuff like that. Just think about it and think about how you will have to adapt to the things that you enjoy doing.
yeah. I guess all the politics on the TV just stop.
Yeah.
You know, our kids are gonna grow up playing with stuff again outside.
Yeah, but then you also got to think our kids would not have the same experiences because they won't. Like, I'm not saying it's great to be connected all the time. Like, you do have to turn off. Like, it does make a difference. But at the same time, like, it reverts back to the way things used to be where you didn't know what was going on
Yeah.
in another state, hell, the end of your own state.
Back in the day, the news was on the TV 3 times a day. In the morning, and they talked about what happened over the night. In the afternoon, they talked about what happened between the morning and the afternoon. And the evening, they talked about what happened between noon and evening. That was
And
how
that
the
was
news was done. And then the 24-hour newscast came out. And it's funny because half the time they don't have anything to talk about. She found it.
So this is the big truck. We're going back to the water heater because I finally found it. If this will.
Just put it closer to the camera, honey.
Oh, there we go. The only thing in that tractor trailer
Tip it down a little bit. There you go.
was our water heater. And, oh, wrong way. Oh, damn it. There is 6-month pregnant Megan making sweet love to a water heater in my driveway.
The Geo Tracker right behind you.
Yeah, that was my little Barbie Jeep. Oh, I'm going out of the way. But yeah, so luxuries, you take advantage of them. Like Pat said, medical facilities and stuff. Start collecting stuff now as you can. Take classes.
Definitely. take
Stuff like
classes.
that. There are ways to prepare without going crazy about it, which is one of my things. Like,
Right.
I have found that I don't mind. Oh, I'll pick up something here, or I'll learn to do something there, and it is bettering me for the future, or
And that's
creating a
why we're doing what
stockpile
we're
at
doing now.
home. However, like, I don't think about it as prepping. I don't.
We've never raised turkeys before, but we're doing it now. We're
Yeah.
learning the steps before.
And I'm learning in
You're
other
enjoying
ways too.
Chickens you love.
I love my chickens.
And
Like, I think I'm more excited than Pat is that the ones are gonna hatch this week.
yeah. No, I'm very excited. Board games, cards,
Yeah.
everything like that. These are the things that are going to replace.
Oh, that's a good one.
Electronics.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
All the board games, like, you'll have to go back to talking to people and actually like doing physical things, and we don't do that collectively. We do, But
Yeah.
we don't do that as a society, I feel, anymore. So Pat has a list of like different luxury things. And the
Different things.
reason
No,
he
these are
is
things that are going to
laughing.
go away when the power goes out. These are things that are going to go away when the shit hits the fan. And number 66 is vegans will convert. Yes. Yes, they will. They'll have to convert.
What does Teotihuacan mean?
The end of the world as we know it. That is a polite way of saying SHTF.
Okay, but that is so much easier to say than
You gotta say it like
Teotwaki.
an Indian say. Teotwaki.
You can't even say it.
Teotwaki. Teotwaki.
That doesn't. But then I keep seeing the TWAT word in there, and it's not there.
It's what's the? It's NOAA.
One of the other things on this list was breastfeeding.
Yep.
Which I think is a good one.
People will breastfeed again. There'll be a higher death rate in births.
Yeah.
No more major surgeries. People with bad hips are just gonna have bad hips. Things will disappear off the shelves.
Yeah.
No more pet food. Less sleep in general because we'll all be on alert.
Well, it depends. I mean, yeah, and I guess it depends on the situation because after a while, you would like to think that things would level out and then we would get back to a more natural circadian rhythm.
Right. It'll come to circadian rhythm.
Like it just in the beginning, yes.
In the beginning, it'll be chaos before it cycles back to a normal life back in the 1800s. Nobody had power.
Yeah.
And they had luxuries back then. Steam will become a big thing.
Candles
become a big thing. So I got a couple things here that'll become very valuable. Books.
Yeah.
Books will be more valuable than I want to say currency. Knowledge.
Yeah, especially
About homesteading here.
When you hide your Bud K inventory blowout sale catalog in your homesteading book.
I need knives. So
My
books,
husband, ladies and gentlemen.
These things will become more and more valuable.
Tools.
Hand
Or just
tools.
hammers.
Just hammers.
Stock up on hammers now, y'all. You heard it here first at Breakaway Homestead.
This is another trading item.
Black canisters.
Black canisters. What's in the black canister? Seeds.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of seeds. It smells like dill.
Ooh, it does.
And seeds will be the trading currency as well. All different types of seeds and whatnot. This is a seed vault that I have that has all kinds of seeds in it. What else?
And I feel like at some point, like it doesn't even matter, heritage or not heritage. You want seeds that are gonna grow.
You want food.
Yeah,
You're
like
gonna have to grow it.
Doesn't matter.
Hunt,
That's a good one too. Educational materials.
Folks, our son is 4, and he has been out of school for what, 2-3 weeks now.
Yeah.
And so every day we still continue to
do simple little school tasks.
To keep him fresh and alive with knowledge, so that when he goes to school, he's like, duh, I don't know.
Well, then also with his delays and stuff, we're trying to help. Like we're making, he's got to draw the letters, so he's got to hold a pencil, which strengthens his, fine motor skills. And so we have our own reasons as well for doing it. But
AC Dean,
it's it's worth it for us. But stuff like that, it's gonna be worth something when everything is gone.
You'll no longer get this canned items. Canned soup.
You had to pick like the worst thing out of our pantry.
Beef stew.
There's 2 servings in that can.
In that can?
Yeah, that's what it says to you.
And there's also a lot of salt, which will be a luxury.
It's also 50%. If you eat
this is the way soup will look in the future.
1 can is 100% of your saturated fat for the day.
That's good for you. And instead of carrying it in that, you'll be carrying it in something like this, like a thermos. That's not
Say
a
that
thermos.
again.
Thermos.
It's a thermos. It's
Thermos.
not a thermos.
Thermos.
A thermos.
It's a meme. Make a meme of me
It's
saying
a
thermos.
That is so awkward. Why do you say it that way?
What?
It's a thermos.
Thermos.
It's
Let's read it. Lady Fire. Thermos.
thermos.
So I picked this lovely gem up. This is a holiday thermos
It's the
from the
holiday edition.
holiday edition thermos.
It makes me want to vomit to hear you
And
say that.
it's metal, and this is screw on cup. Looky here, they don't make them like this anymore. It's got a stopper, and on the inside is a vacuum sealed double walled glass.
Oh, Christ, honey, just stop.
You don't have to shove it in there.
Yes, you do. They can see it. Look at that. It's glass.
Picked this gem up for $3 at the
The Habitat store.
Habitat for Humanity. And so these are the things that I collect. This is how you're going to keep everything hot. It's going to keep your water hot all day, so on and so forth. So those are things you're going to have to do and use to have luxury. Guess
Yes.
what? We're not going to be able to wash clothes in the washing machine.
Nope.
We're not going to be able to dry clothes in the dryer.
I'm still waiting on my hand washer.
Yeah. Working on that. We gotta still plan your outdoor shower.
Yep.
But that is what we're talking about as far as luxury. So what you want to do, this is your homework. Get a list out. Gave away the secret. You're not supposed to give away the secret.
This homework will not be graded.
Sit with your kids. Sit with your spouse. Talk about this. What luxury items can you not live without? And how to make that luxury item last or extend it long enough to where you have availability to it on a limited basis.
Mm-hmm.
If you're addicted to caffeine like I am, like Megan is, find out a way to wean yourself off from that. Find alternatives. If you're addicted to smoking, that's nicotine. Find alternatives or learn how to grow tobacco. Do
You're a
what you
drinker.
have to do
Alcohol.
to not go freaking crazy if you lose it.
Yeah. I also think, like, it's not even just that, but it's, like,
It's sanity.
It's sanity. Like, you want, like, yeah, shit hit the fan. But to me, like, you're gonna, especially because you're gonna know it beforehand, and then you're gonna be faced with this. You want to have that sense of normalcy, that sense of it's okay, I still have this item, or I still have the ability to do this because I prepared, because I thought outside the box and came up with something that is maybe not the same exact thing from before, but you know what? It's so damn close that it satisfies that craving. And that's, to me, what it's about. It's making it bearable when shit's not bearable.
Suburban Hillbilly says, make a killer mojito. Hey, you can make a mojito in the SHTF situation.
I've never had a mojito.
I'm just saying, byproduct of sugar, molasses. Guess what's made of? That's what rum's made of. Made from molasses. You can raise up. You can grow mint.
You can raise up your rum.
Raise up your rum, and trust me, I did it in the basement of my old house.
He did.
I literally did. I took a whole bunch of molasses,
Mm-hmm.
fermented it, and then separated it out in a homemade still.
Using the copper tubing from our ice maker from our fridge.
Yeah, and it worked.
And a kitty litter container.
It actually worked. And so you can make mojitos, by the way. So, Lonely Prepper says, growing up, a window fan was the only air conditioner luxury when we finally got one.
I'm sorry.
We're used to heat, not like today. Yeah, I could say the same too. I grew up in a house that didn't have a whole lot of air conditioning until one day I was like, 11 or 12, Dad came home, hooked up an industrial air conditioner to the house. It had one entrance, one inlet, one outlet, and it made the whole house like 50 degrees.
I could see that.
Yeah,
We
that's
had
my
window.
dad.
We had window units in my house that I grew up in.
Doc Ferris says mint juleps, whatever that is.
It's a
Johnny Turner says,
beverage.
"Amen, lonely. I was a teen before we even seen AC in our house." Suburban Hillbilly says, "I remember Lonely Prepper. I love my AC now. We all love our."
I don't. My thing here, it's not so much the heat; it's the humidity.
Here.
I can't handle when you walk outside and you can swim through the air to your vehicle. I can't. It throws me into hot flashes. It is disgusting. Like I'm gonna suffer this summer.
Let's talk about your old car,
Which one?
the Mini. Did it have air conditioning?
It did not.
Did not have
My air conditioning was going like this. Well, actually, they were in the middle, but putting my windows down. But they were automatic windows. They were electric
She drove her
windows.
car for 4 years.
3 years.
3.
Yeah.
And so she got her new truck.
Yeah.
Now that you have air conditioning,
Oh, I would not go back.
she's
The
not going to go back.
The swamp ass is real.
It's a real.
It's a real affliction
problem,
here in the
folks.
South. No, that was actually one of the qualifications on the new vehicle is that the air conditioning had to work.
And it does. It works
It's-
better than mine. Yeah. Only purposes. I think I'll either open a trading post or deliver mail between homesteaders for a meal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can we do both? Can we have the trading post that you deliver mail out of?
Megan wants to raise pigs for a living.
I do. Actually, like
Pigs
real
and
talk.
chickens.
I do. We're gonna lease some land and become pig farmers.
Yeah. Server says fresh sweet mint leaves, juice of half of fresh lime, 3 ounces of clear rum, an ounce and a half of simple syrup. Use a tall glass. Fill the glass with ice and top with club soda. That sounds
It does sound
really
really,
good right now. Sitting outside the pool, drinking mojitos.
Floating on your sloth.
Yeah, and muddle the lime with the mint. But
It does sound really good. And all able to grow on your own.
yeah, absolutely. Depending on where you're at,
Yeah, true.
you got to be below. You got to be above zone 8 to grow most of that stuff. We're in zone 8 here. Like limes,
Oh,
citrus, stuff like
excuse me,
that.
gotcha.
Nice push.
I came out of nowhere. I
Anywho.
apologize. Excuse me.
Folks, we hope you enjoyed this show. If you did, give it a thumbs up. We'll be here next Tuesday to talk about the next subject, which we have not come up with yet.
It's Pat's turn.
If
I
you
have
feel,
the
it
past
was my
2
turn
weeks.
this time, but she came up with this over the weekend. If you feel that you have a desire or a need for a certain subject on the show, we'll be happy to do the research for you. Give us a email,
Yeah.
breakawayhomesteader@gmail.com, and shoot that to us. Say hi sometime. Just send us an email.
We're pretty nice
We're
people.
pretty nice people. We won't hurt you. I promise.
We'll only make fun
And
of Big Bear.
Again, if we can't give you the answer, we'll find somebody who can. We've got a pretty good, strong base of people that we've been talking with.
And we can also
For years
BS really
now.
well. So I think.
Hmm?
Is it,
We get BS with the best one.
so on that note,
I'm Patrick.
I'm Megan.
I'm eating a cookie. She's not.
No, I'm not.
So, we're the Breakaway Homesteaders. We hope you enjoyed this show, and we'll see you next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
Right, her.
right here. And we'll actually probably be back in my office because I might clean it.
What?